which is the fundamental unit of life. Okay, so we are going to start the chapter 5 of bio today. So without wasting time, let's begin with the video. Okay, so first of all, I just wanted to ask all of you one question, that what is the fundamental unit of life? Do you know what is the fundamental unit of life? Okay, so many people who have learned this cell, means who have learned about cell in the previous classes, they would be knowing what is the fundamental unit of life, but who have not, then to them let me tell. So the fundamental unit of life is cell. Okay, it is a cell. Okay, very good. Now we have got the fundamental unit, and the structure and the fundamental unit of life is a cell. So what is a cell? So cell, we can say it is like a little room, right? One cell is like a little room. But why I am saying this, that one cell is like a little room? Actually, cell was kept by seeing, means when the cell was found, then the person who found it, what he did, he just saw very carefully what are these structures. So he noticed that those structures were little tiny room structures. Okay, so that's why on the Latin word a little room, the meaning of this Latin word is a little room. So that's why it is kept the name of cell. Now, what is cell, that we have understood. Now, who invented it? Not invented, because it is not invented by a person. It is natural, right? Cells only form person, right? So, as everyone knows that cell they form tissue. Many tissues form organ. Then many organs form organ system, and then organ system form a organism. So this we know now. So from where life has come? Life has come from a cell. So we cannot say that the human has invented it. We can just say that human has found it. Human has got what is there in the human being. So this only we can say. That who is the founder of cell? The founder of cell is Robert Koch. And when the cell was found in 1665. It was found in 1665. Now, how did he found? The question comes, how did he found? How we can get to know, means how he got to know about cell. Was he just a adventurous person, or he was just seeing anything? So it was not like this, that he was going to invent or he was going to found a cell. It was like this only. He was just observing a thin slice of rock. Okay, we know the stem of trees, right? So a thin slice of rock. So he was just observing that thin slice of rock. So he saw some structures, like I said, little room-like structures. So to those structures, he just searched more. Where were they found? So he just said the cell is found in means it is found everywhere, right? We can say it is found everywhere. So Robert Hooke found cell in 1665. Okay, now got to know about a bit structures of cell. Now let's see one question here. Question number 1 is, every multi-cell organism comes from single cell. Now what is the question? Just read it again. Every multi-cell organism comes from single cell. So yes, every multi-cell, this like organism is there. So it has came from multi-cells, right? From many cells it has come up. Right? But this we cannot say that multi-cell organism. Okay, why it is written multi-cell? Why not unicell? Because unicell means one cell. What is the meaning of unicell? Unicell means one cell. So how one cell alien, one cell creature can have so many cells? So this only it is there. Yeah. So every multi-cell organism comes from a single cell. All cells. Now what we say that these cells, see, we have said that cells make cells, right? Cells make cell. But from where that single cell has came. Think to, yeah, it is right question. You should also say that why and from where that cell has came. So those cells, all the cells, we can say, all the cells which are not in the starting of the cell has come from a pre-existing cell. The cell which was pre-existing in the nature. Okay, so this you can say. Now, what is the shape of the cell? Many people would be thinking when I am telling you, then they would be thinking that what is the shape of the cell. So it is not at all that the shape of the cell will be equal, means the shape of the cell will be similar, because shape of the cell is always different. Okay, all the cells have different shapes. Okay, let's see to this first cell. It is also a cell. Do not go on my diagrams. I have just drawn a few types of things. So this is a cell, and its name is fat cell. So what is a fat cell? Fat cell, it is just, you can just say that it is a cell. Okay, and you can see how different it looks, right? It looks different. The second one, the first one is our blood cells. Okay, so blood cells, you can see it is also having a different shape. Second was fat cell, it is also having different shape. Third is ovum. Okay, ovum is also having different shape, but it is similar to the first one, that is the blood cells, because it is also in a circular shape and they are also in a circular shape. But see, their internal things are not at all same. Now the fourth comes the bone cell. Bone cell, see how rooty structure it has. Then fifth is the sperm. Right? Sperm cells are also there, so they are also different. Ovum and female, and sperm cells is the male. Now what we will be speaking, like suppose cell. We said cell was found by Robert Hooke. Now the structures of cell, who found structures of cell or different material contents which are there in the cell? Who found them? So for learning them also we have to see further. So first thing is, okay, so now what we have next? What we have next? Okay, so now we come to the next people who have helped us in this cell explanation. So the first is Luke Hook. So Hook, it is similar again to Robert Hooke, so you can just remember it. Okay, now what he did, he just found living cells in the pond water. In what? In pond water he found the living cells. Okay, when he found it, he found them in 1675. He found them in 1675. Now is Robert Brown. So you would be saying again Robert? Then yes, again Robert. So it is similar words, then you can remember very easily now. Robert Brown, what he did, he discovered the nucleus. In the cell, there is a structure known, there is a content known as nucleus. So Robert Brown in 1831. Now what he did in 1831, he found the nucleus. It is a content in the cell, and nucleus, it controls the action of the cell. Now Perkins, what is it? Now, what? It is not any dish or it is not a thing. It is a person name, and he has coined the term protoplasm. Now, what is protoplasm? We'll be discussing further. But right now, what he has done, that we have to discuss. So he has named protoplasm. Okay. Now comes that. Okay. Before that, before going to the next person, he has found or coined the name protoplasm in 1839. In 1839. Next is Wisher. Who is this person? He has told the full cell theory, and he has expanded the full cell theory in 1855 Because till then, all the means every scientist, or we cannot say every scientist, but the cell was discovered completely. Its contents were discovered. But before him, before this person, there were two brothers. There were two brothers who explained the cell theory, and they were Sheldon and everyone remember this. We have learned in the previous class also. Remember anyone? Okay, no problem if you have not. But if yes, then very good. So they are Sheldon and Szechuan. So Szechuan is not a dish. Do not consider them as a dish. So Sheldon and Szechuan, they have just told a cell theory, okay, and before it, and it was done in 1838. They explained it in 1838 because they thought that this much only it will be, the cell theory will be this much only. So they just said that okay, fine, let us just explain the cell theory. So they both just explained the cell theory. Now we come to the next topic of the chapter. Okay, before starting, as we have started the NCERT. Yes, friends, we are doing from an NCERT book. Let me write on top that we are doing from an NCERT book. Okay, so what is the in-text questions now we are going to do? So the first in-text question is, who discovered cells and how? So this we know that Robert Hooke. Who is Robert Hooke? Robert Hooke is a person. Okay, and Robert Hooke, when he was looking at a cock, he just discovered the cells. Okay, what he discovered? He discovered the cells. And this much only you have to write. Just you have to expand the question answer a bit. Okay. Second, why is the cell called the structural and functional unit of life? So this is a question which you have to think and you have to give me answer. So if you know the answer, then just write in the comment box and I'll be seeing the answer whether it is correct or not. Now we know different functions in our body. Everyone knows that in our body different functions perform different things. So everyone knows this, right? Everyone knows this actually, because we cannot say that brain, lungs, heart, they're performing all the same functions. Then what is the use of them? Every single organ has different fundamentals. It has different functions. Now we are going to understand the structure of cell, because we also want to discover why and what is the structure actually of cell, because these people they have told, but now we have to learn also, no? So we have to understand what is the structure of cell. So now we are going to do structure of cell. Okay, so the first thing, we are going to just construct a cell. Okay, so now you can see a cell. Now what is the cell that we have discovered? Who found cell? Discovered. Now the last and the final thing, we are going to tell you that the main structures which are there in any cell are, the first one is the nucleus. Then first is nucleus, second is our, what is second? Second is plasma membrane. Okay, plasma membrane or cell membrane. So just you have to remember plasma membrane. Okay, after learning the plasma membrane, always remember that the name of plasma membrane is also cell membrane, and one more name is there, it is selectively permeable membrane. Now what is and why it is, that we'll be discussing in the next video, because we have to end up this video. So the third is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. So these are those three things, the contents which are there in every single cell. But there are many contents which are not there in every single cell. Plant cell have different, animal cell have different. Suppose let me take the example of cell wall. So in plants, the cell and animal cell, it is not compulsory that both will have cell wall. Okay, so one is having and one is not having. So these differences are there. So the structure of cell will be completing tomorrow, means in the next video. So till then, bye bye. Take care, all of you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Shabar Info. Love you all.